Good morning, good morning, good morning. What happened?
I don't
Did
know.
something
Heard it was a
happen?
quiet night.
I ain't never been this awake for a show ever in my life. I got a call this morning at what, 6 something this morning, and I couldn't believe the words that I was hearing. Kyle McCord officially enters the transfer portal. Q, how you doing?
Well, I'm glad somebody made the six because I made it to about five before I got a phone call this morning. I was like, what? Wait, what? Oh my goodness. Man, Buckeye fans. All right. So there was some credibility to guys who are going to be in and out in the portal. Because I was like, all right, Ryan Day, you've been lying to me for about 10 months now. So let's see if something you say actually becomes credible. And for the first time, he was not lying. Kyle McCord, and it was the portal this morning. We got a lot of guys in the portals. We got to talk about it, but that's the main headliner. Obviously, something I did not see coming. I did not see, or at least this early, I did not see coming.
So I got a text last night around 11:30, and it said one of the quarterbacks is leaving early this week. That's it. That's all it said. One of the quarterbacks is leaving early this week. And then I wake up. I thought I had no idea what the hell was going on when I got that call from Cam. It was like 3 hours before I normally wake up. I'm like, what the hell is going on? We are in off-season mode. Like we got one bowl game to get out of here. We're not doing shows daily. Like what could possibly be going on? And Kyle McCord enters the transfer portal. So we are here live to talk about it. I mean, you said there was a ton of other names in the portal. We'll definitely get to those. I want to get to some housekeeping. We got our guy Javon in here. The first chat of the day. We got our guy Dylan, a super chat. We are saved. He also said DB33 West Dakota Heisman quarterback battle is going to be crazy. So, Q, where do you want to jump in on this? Do you want to talk about what that means for the quarterback room, what that means for Kyle next, places that Kyle could go, quarterbacks that we could go after? Are we getting another quarterback? The floor is yours. Where do you want to start with this? Because there are so many things to cover here.
Well, I'll actually start with none of those, and I'll start with Ryan Day. I felt like going into this offseason, that third loss to Michigan, Ryan Day was officially on the clock. And as we see here, he feels like he's officially on the clock, and this is a big time move. I mean, for this quarterback room, this is the first time he's really kind of flopped on us, not giving us a guy that we expect to play in the first couple rounds or get drafted in the first couple rounds of the NFL. So he had to make a big time move here, and I think this is big time for Ryan Day. I was talking to Zeke last night, and he's like, nah, we're going to hit the portal this time. And I was like, all right, I'll see you when I believe it. He's like, oh, they're pushing all the guys that can't play. And I'm like, all right, I'll see you when I believe it. He might have been right. I got to give Zeke some credit this time because definitely I did not see this coming as far as the quarterback room. I guess it's really wide open now. And the good thing about this is we've been arguing with people about Devin Brown actually getting a shot at quarterback, actually having a battle. Well, the floor is yours, sir.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Go ahead.
whoa, whoa. We don't know if the floor is yours because we could see Lincoln Keenholz get more reps than Devin Brown because we've been told that Devin was going to get a fair shake. We have a potential transfer portal quarterback coming in, and it seems like Lincoln Keenholz is going to be in this battle, at least from the thoughts of the chat and the timeline. So are we going to see what type of battle would you like to see, Q? Because we're not going to have it. We're not going to have a transfer on the roster by the bowl game. Do you want to see a full split between Lincoln and Devin, or do you want to see Devin get a start?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, obviously, there's no transfer quarterback coming in that's playing. It's Devin and Lincoln, the only two guys on the roster, unless Tristan Gebbia makes a late push. Not rule that out. But, yeah, I mean, I would love to see it 60-40. We got to remember Lincoln did just get here. He didn't get here in spring. He got here in summer. He hasn't been here for that long. So I would like to see him get some reps, but this is Devin Brown's chance to actually battle for the job. I mean, I would expect him to start. I would expect him to get most of the reps. And I would love to sprinkle Lincoln in, some here, some there. But, I mean, this is pretty much Devin Brown game. He's the guy. He knows the offense. He's been here for a while. Like, there's no impediments in his way, so we can see what he can actually do.
Yeah, I hate that. Like, I've become like this loser fan that's like, man, I love the bowl game because it's a preseason game for the following season. And the fact that we're going to get to see a different quarterback with the South Florida Express wide receiver lineup, like, I'm going to be so excited to watch this bowl game. I went from don't talk to me about college football to like, I'm ready for 11 months or 9 months of off season to talk about this sport. Like, I was like completely checked out after that game. Was like, I need a month off. Warzone comes out this week. Don't fucking talk to me. Like, I don't want to hear about this team. I'll see you at the bowl game. An instant reaction, and then like your boy's going on vacation. And now I'm like all in natty next season. Like, I'm ready. I don't even know who the fucking quarterback is, but we are better. Like, like James Franklin. Anytime that they get a commitment, they tweet out, "We are better." I feel like that right now. Like, we are better.
Well, most definitely what we had all season, we could not have again. So at least we know we'll have something. It may not be better. It better be for Ryan Day's sake, but it's at least going to be different. So much to do about that. But yeah, I expect us to get somebody in the portal, and I'm interested to see who's it going to be. I mean, obviously we hear Cam Ward. I've seen him and Josh Kelly going crazy on the timeline. I can use a little bit of both of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all want to play together? Y'all come here. I mean, DJ U's out there. I mean, we've heard about what's up, boy from Toledo a lot. I forget his name.
Daquan Finn.
Yeah, I would love to see some tampering there.
Dante Moore, the number one player in the Ron 3 rankings, is in the transfer portal. Like, we saw the way him and Carnell went off in the All-American game last year. You seem disinterested in that one there.
I mean, I don't know if that's what's going to happen. Obviously, he played for Chip Kelly. That's right. Guy, like Zach was saying. Dante Moore didn't do anything crazy last season. I mean, he got benched for the third string quarterback. So I don't know. I mean, heck, I would go get two guys. I would get a young guy, and I would get a guy who can play right now, put him on the roster, and say, all right, let's see what's going to happen. But I think they're only going to grab one. I think it'll be a veteran guy.
Where do you think Kyle McCord will end up?
That's a good question, man. I don't know, man. I have no clue who's going to take Kyle McCord. I mean, hell, everybody seems to go to Kentucky after Ohio State. Maybe they're a front runner right there. Does he stay in the Big Ten? I don't know, man. I have no clue where he goes.
People are going to think I'm being disrespectful. People are going to think I'm trying to be funny. I am not. Rutgers. Why would he not go to Rutgers? He's from Jersey. It's where his dad went to school. They would need a quarterback. They haven't had a quarterback that can complete a forward pass in years. I know they would gladly take him. I talked to my buddy who's a Rutgers fan. He has family on staff. I'm like, Kyle McCord to Rutgers? I said that jokingly a couple weeks ago, and he's like, we would take him with open arms. And I feel like it would completely reduce the expectations of him. He would have an opportunity to compete. I mean, not compete. He would have an opportunity to go out there and sling the ball. He'd have a great coach, and he'd be close to home. He'd get to finish his dad's legacy. I know that's where his dad went to school. I think Rutgers is the perfect fit. I don't know what his aspirations are as far as an NFL quarterback. I don't know. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Like, does he go to a contender? Like, what team do you think sees Kyle McCord and goes, I need that? But like, I would imagine there's going to be no shortage of suitors because we watched Florida go get Graham Mertz last year.
Yeah, there's a lot. It's a lot worse around there. Rutgers is not a bad shout. They had a pretty good running game last year. They made us lie a little bit. Yeah, Rutgers is a good team. That's why we struggled.
number one rusher in the Big Ten. That's why we couldn't tackle anyone.
Yeah, man. Y'all don't know. But I mean, there's a lot of teams out there. Like I said, Kyle McCord's career by far is not finished. He needs some serious work with his fundamentals, delivery time. He still needs to develop. But unfortunately, this is Ohio State. And when you got the roster we have, like you said, we had the second highest composite rating. Like, you don't have time to develop here for 2-3 years. Like, you got to be ready to play or you're going to be out the door.
I mean, we saw a game where Marvin Harrison Jr. and Emeka Egbuka combined for 32 yards.
Yes,
which is insane to me because I asked Cam on the phone yesterday. I said, real shit, if you told Ryan Day, I need you to get RJ ready for Saturday's game, and he needs to complete more than 32 yards to Emeka Buka and Marvin Harrison Jr. That's all you have to do by the end of the game. Could you make it happen? And I guarantee Ryan Day could make it happen with his 15-year-old son. And the fact that we weren't able to do it with a 5-star quarterback is insane to me.
Yeah, it's not asking for a lot. You close your eyes, throw it up there, you might get 35 yards. Hell, as long as the ball's in the air, you got a chance. So
our guy Dylan Ennis just tweeted about Dante Moore. Every time I see Dante Moore's name, I smile like the Grinch, where his where the hairs on his head unfurl in the meme, and like that's where I'm at right now, because like if we get to see Dante Moore and my Ron 3 tweets hit, whew, we're gonna be lit. Like I think Dante Moore is a great prospect. I think that he would elevate this team, but I don't know what do you think this team should be looking for? Do you think they should be looking for the best quarterback that's on their roster now? Do you think they should be finding an experienced transfer, or do you think they should be getting a young guy like a Dante Moore, who was a 5-star quarterback that seemed to struggle in his first year at UCLA?
I mean, if I can get one of each, I would be very happy to do that. I guess that's being a little bit
Well,
selfish.
you want 2 quarterbacks?
I would take 2. I don't see why.
Nigga,
not.
did the 1870 Society hit the Powerball? You know how much a quarterback cost in the portal this year? Cost $3 million and 3 toes.
Man, I don't expect Dante Moore in a year to come in and light it up. I think he's got a ways to go as a prospect, but he's a good prospect. And I mean, Ryan Day has worked magic before, but I'm just not sold on that. I mean, if it was me, the first thing I'm getting a Cam Ward or DJU. I'm gonna get a guy I know that can play, that I could just tweak a little bit and have him ready to go.
You think DJU is a ready to play, plug and play type of player?
Right, he looked way better at Oregon State than he did at Clemson, and Ohio State is a whole nother level up from Oregon State. I think we have DJU. I think we're in the playoffs right now.
If I'm Ohio State and I'm negotiating for DJU, I'm saying bring the brother, or you're not coming.
That would be it. We could have got
package deal or no deal. Like, you're only coming here if you could bring us a 5-star defensive end with you. So if anyone got Big Dave's number, get him on the horn. Tell him we'll take both.
About a year ago at this time, I talked to the guy by the name of Big Dave, and he said he wanted both his sons to play at Ohio State. So somehow we botched that.
I was very disrespectful when he said that too, because I said if DJ wants to come here and play tight end, he can. But I was wrong there.
I was sitting right there. They was like, "Do you want Mateo to come to Ohio State?" He said, "I want both of these guys to go to Ohio State." And somehow we botched that one. So that's from the horse's mouth himself. So maybe we can make something happen. But I think that ship has sailed, especially the way Oregon's playing. But I mean, I would take him. Give him a year under Ryan Day, or 9 months to get ready for the season. I think you can do wonders with him. I mean, DJU's as talented as any guy out there, to be honest. But you gotta. I'm ready to play.
I'm having so much trouble staying focused because like people keep tweeting about Dante Moore, and the more and more they tweet about it, I'm like, look, last time we had our wide receivers pick a quarterback, they picked CJ Stroud. If Cardell and B.I. are telling us they want Dante Moore, go fucking get Dante Moore. We'll see what happens. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I'm at with it. But we got 66 people in here. It is 8:22 in the morning. It is significantly earlier for Q right now. We appreciate all of you guys joining us. Make sure you smash that like button. Man, we thought we were on off-season vacation, and we woke up with this crazy news. We're definitely going to keep bringing you guys content throughout the off season, still working on a revised schedule, but we are here with you guys this morning, and we appreciate you guys being here with us. If you could do us a favor and go ahead and smash that like button, that would be a huge appreciation. I know we are all here for one reason, and that's to talk about Kyle McCord, but man, it has been the portal opened last night, but at midnight, right? But it seems like 6, 7 Buckeyes were already in the portal before that shit even opened. So Q, do you have the list in front of you of the names in the portal?
I have the list as of right now. Put in the chat if somebody else hits the portal, because this list was built just a few minutes ago. So right now, what we have: Amari Abor, Cam Martinez, Vic Cutler, Evan Pryor, Ryan Turner, Parker Lewis, Jair Brown, Kai Stokes, and Kyle McCord. So right now, that is the list to leave. Any of those names jump out to you?
Kai Stokes. I'm not surprised by that one. We used to argue about this in the locker, boys, a ton. And I always used to say, everybody, big Kai Stokes fans, big Kai Stokes fans, big Kai Stokes fans. And I was just like, I think he's great. I also don't believe he will ever play here. Not because of his ability, just because I just didn't see the path to the field for Kai Stokes. I knew that we were bringing in Malik Hartford. I knew that we had safeties in Jahad Carter coming in. And then we had guys ahead of him like Josh Proctor. They called him Mini Proc. They have very similar play styles. Hard hitter. I thought that he could have contributed at Ohio State, but that room was loaded. A lot of people are like, oh, what's happening to Ohio State's DB room? I mean, you look at the people that are still in there, Davison Igbinosin, Jermaine Matthews, Calvin Simpson Hunt, Cedric Hawkins, Malik Hartford, Sonny Styles. Then you have all of the young guys coming in, Aaron Scott, Bryce West. There's a lot of people in that room, and I would imagine they probably grab one more person from the portal. So I think they are good at safety. That room was a little crowded. I think Kai Stokes will go somewhere and get an opportunity. I feel like this is a very reminiscent of the Craig Young situation. We couldn't find a way to get Craig Young on the field, and he went and balled out at Kansas.
We refuse to find a way to get a difference here.
Hey, we got this 6'4" guy that runs a 4.4 and he'll take your fucking head off. Not sure where to play him. We'll just keep him on the bench in case he goes out there and makes a great play. We wouldn't want him to do anything like that. So yeah, Kai Stokes is the one that I was the most surprised by. I see Gmo says Kai Stokes coming home to Miami. We have an inside. Hey, Gmo, I'm gonna hit your link because I'm gonna hit you with the link because if you want to come on and tell me about Ryan Turner, if you happen to know where he is headed, also a Miami kid. Not sure if he will be headed to Miami as well. You know, Miami is very portal hungry, so be interested to see where some of these guys land. And obviously, I wish them nothing but the best. Anyone that leaves Ohio State, you know, once a Buckeye, always a Buckeye. You know, some people may be referred to as the artist formerly known as number 17, but outside of him, I support everybody that's played for this team. So shout out to all these guys in the portal, and I'm wishing them nothing but best. Sorry, Gmo, your emojis aren't loading. I can't even see what that says. So if you do have an update on Ryan Turner, let me know. Yes, Q, which one of those is the most concerning for you?
I don't know if any of them are really concerning. I'll jump into this a little bit of guys I'm surprised at. I'll talk Kai Stokes first. I don't know where we're at safety right now. Obviously, Jahad Carter was not who we thought we were. I thought he would start. I was like, why is Jahad Carter here? Like, if he's not starting, what he's doing? Lathan Ransom and Josh Proctor are obviously out the door. I don't know who's left for safety. I mean, we got Malik Hartford. Anybody else really sticks out of like he's taking a job? Not really, in my opinion. So I would look for the portal for safety. I thought he may have had the easiest path to the field. Jair Brown is a guy who I thought could play, but that corner room is so deep, especially with the two guys coming in, or really three guys coming in. So I could see that. And Evan Pryor, for real, what's the running back room going to do? Because it might be Dallin Hayden for real. And I guess
ETN and Hayden.
Man, hey,
no, maybe
I gotta see it to believe it. I know Miami throwing a mill out to everybody. I might hop in the portal.
Everybody's like, "Wait, what are we doing at running back?" But like, I mean, we lose Evan Pryor. Chip could come back.
Well, I thought it was gonna be the Evan Pryor, Dallin Hayden show next year. That's what I thought it was gonna be. I was like, all right,
it might be the Chip Trainum Dallin Hayden show with a little bit of James People sprinkled in there.
Go get ETN.
I think Dallin Hayden, James Peoples, and Sam William Dixon. Is it? I don't remember his name. I know it's one of them hyphenated names. Sam William Dixon. Is that it?
Yeah.
There's no hun at the end, right? No, that's Simpson.
Williams
yeah.
Dixon.
Okay, Sam Williams Dixon.
Sam Williams Dixon Simpson is not his name.
But yeah, it would be nice to have Mark Fletcher on this roster right about now.
Well, obviously, we know Dallin Hayden could play, but People, we gotta stop with this. James Peoples is J.K. Dobbins. Like we need.
Whoa. Why not? Why we got to stop that? We haven't seen him play yet. I think we get to do that until we see him play.
Everybody to go watch James Peoples huddle and then turn on J.K. Dobbins huddle and tell me if he's J.K. Dobbins. I challenge anybody to do that because they are not the same.
Come on, don't do that.
No, they are not the same.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We're not asking him to come in and be J.K. Dobbins as a freshman. Asking him to back. I mean, fuck, we did a whole offseason worth of shows where everybody said Dallin Hayden was the best back on the team. Dallin Hayden's here.
Everybody said that. No, I know a couple people that did. Not everybody.
I was an advocate for Trey. I know you were a 2K Trey type of guy. If we get into 3K, we might end up getting indicted here.
That might have been a little bit of a fan take, but
Trey Way.
But yeah, I'm a little bit surprised about Evan Pryor, but obviously, then we'll see if they bring somebody in the running back room. I think as Gmo said, I think mine's gone. He's been here for a while. I think Trey's gone, and I think Chip has a chance to be gone. So, but yeah, that's the portal list, man. So obviously,
maybe XJ will come back and play running back.
Yeah. I mean, people just find years on this program. Tommy's still looking for extra year right now.
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of portal departures, and I do not think we're done. I saw a list of names of people that they thought might also hit the portal, and it seems like the Buckeyes could probably get up into the 10-12 territory. Do you expect the Buckeyes to be equally as active in replenishing their roster as they are as the players are in leaving the team right now?
Yeah, I could see two more wide receivers out. I mean, obviously that 22 class still had two guys left. I mean, they are already getting passed up in danger, and then Jaden Ballard's too fast to play here, so he's in danger as well. So I can see 2 or 3 in the wide receiver room. I think we'll have 2. I mean, I think tight end room, one guy might be out. I expect some linemen to be out because they're not going to play here, so I expect us to be super active in the portal for that. Defensively is interesting. I hope we do not pull in a linebacker because I've been sold on these top 100 players that haven't played in 20 years. So finally, at this time, I'm like, no, I don't want no competition. Develop those guys, put them on the field. So I can see a few more guys.
You want to see CJ Hicks and Gabe Powers trot out there together as the starting linebacker duo?
If I had my choice, I would move Sonny Styles down a level and play CJ Hicks next to him and mix in Gabe Powers. But as it stands, if you tell me Gabe Powers, CJ Hicks, Reed Carrico, you're going to figure it out, I'm cool with that. They're all top 100 players.
I'm right there with you, and I'd like to ask the chat too. Let us know in the chat. How would you guys feel about Sonny Styles moving down into the linebacker position and the Buckeyes attack the portal for a safety, for someone to replace him at strong safety and have Sonny transition to linebacker? Because I think that would probably be the best situation for the Buckeyes. Go get 2 true. Well, I think Malik Hartford will lock down one of those safety positions. I don't know if Hancock will be back. He said last game in the shoe, what was the second at Minnesota on senior night. So I think he had plans and intentions to enter the draft, but without a potential playoff run, a big conference championship game. I don't know how much that has affected his draft stock and if he will be back next year, but I would absolutely love to see Hancock back. And if you got Hancock and Lathan back, his defense could be on a different level, and that's why I think it's imperative that they get this quarterback situation right, because when was the last time that you had a question like this about Ohio State at quarterback? Because I feel like with the way Ryan Day handled the quarterback situation, and I feel like there are a lot of people that are not giving Devin Brown a fair shake. He was not given a fair opportunity in the competition. I feel like there are a lot of people that dislike us, that dislike Chris, that dislike Zach Smith, that don't want to support Devin Brown because they know how loud and obnoxious we will be. I think Devin deserves an absolute opportunity. I think Devin is going to make the most of his opportunity. Where do you think the Buckeyes go with quarterback, and what is your confidence level in them getting it right with this next QB?
I mean, I have confidence because I don't think Ryan Day really has a choice at this point. I mean, with all the things pending against him, there's a lot of allegations out. We see CJ balling the NFL, getting in arguments with people. I ain't seen him push anybody yet, but maybe that's coming next week. It's a lot out there for Ryan Day to really prove right now. And all the allegations, he has a soft program, he's holding players back, this, and that. So he has to get this right. And I back Ryan Day, I back his valuation. He's put one quarterback on the field where I'm like, I don't know about that, but everybody else has been solid. So I expect him to be aggressive in the portal, pull somebody in, and them and Devin Brown to really battle it out. That's what we see. And obviously we get the chance early. We get to see what Devin Brown can do. I'm not gonna lie. In this bowl game, I hope almost no starters from the season starts. Like I don't want to see Tommy. I don't want to see Steele. I don't want to see Marvin Harrison Jr., Mecca Buka. Let all the young talent play across the board. Let's even the D line class. I would like to see 22 class go out there and play. And I want to see what we really have with this roster looking forward to next season. So, I mean, I think he has a chance to get it right here. We'll see what Devin Brown can do, and I expect him to pull some competition in and actually have a battle going into the season.
Yeah, dude, I cannot wait to see what the starting lineup looks like, because in a world where we get to see, Carnell, Bi, and whoever else you want to put out there at the third wide receiver spot, whether that be JB, as long as it's not. I personally, I don't care if Julian decides he wants to come back. That's great, bro. You got to sit the bowl game. You got to see someone else. Like, it's a preseason game, bro. Make sure you're healthy for next season. Sit that out. We got to see someone else play there. So I'd like to see a JB, a Noah Rogers, a Bryson Rogers, someone else get in there and get that opportunity. Dallin Hayden is eligible to play without burning his red shirt because of the NCAA rule that allows you to participate in postseason play without contributing to your 4-game red shirt season. So that'll be cool to see Dallin get on the field. And then we're going to see the future of the secondary. I would imagine you see some Calvin Simpson Hunt out there with Jermaine Matthews as far as the corners. You're going to see Malik Hartford get to start at safety. Not quite sure who. I mean, I guess Sonny's going to play strong safety. And then you're going to see Gabe and CJ at linebacker. And then the defensive line, Kenyatta Caden, Hero, and Jaden McKenzie, right? Maybe.
Malone.
Taiwan Malone. It's gonna be interesting to see, but those are my favorite games of the year. Like, absolutely love the Rose Bowl where the name Tommy Heismanberg was spawned, where 17 tackles in one game.
Yeah, 5 yards down the field. He had 17 of them. Running back was coming to him.
I just think it's such a fun time to get a glimpse at your team of the future and what young players you have. And man, this went from being like an off season where I wanted to bury my head in the sand, where I'm like trying to Matt Weiss my way into the transfer portal to see who else is leaving and who else we can get in. So yeah, man, I'm just like I'm in shock right now. Like, I'm still in disbelief. It's 8:36 in the morning. I've been wide awake since 6 because I got this news about Kyle McCord, and I'm just like completely in shock. Q, where are you at with this?
Well, this tells me, and like honestly, me and Chris had the data program coming this week, and we were gonna be on Ryan Day's ass, and we still will. But this shows me that like something is going on in the Woody a little bit. It feels a little different than what we've been doing the last couple of years, because I'll tell you, it's been hell this season. I mean, you think about dealing with the quarterback play week to week. You think about recruiting, which it was funny enough. I was talking to Chris like last week, and I was like, bro, it really doesn't feel normal that Justin Scott is in this class. Like, that feels like something that's very not Ohio State. And like I said that the next day he flips to Miami. Like, okay, that feels a little more normal for like recruiting at this point. Like, a lot of stuff has kind of gone down the wrong train. So this seems like sort of they're hitting a reset. They're sounding the alarm. Like, we can't let the program keep going this way, or we're not really going to be competitive the next few years. And luckily, the portal is out there. It's worked more for other people than it has for us. But it's time for us to tap into that portal and replenish the talent here and be like, okay, we are in danger of falling behind here yet again. And Ohio State is not acting like Ohio State. And it's finally time for Ohio State to really act like we are a big-time program. Go out and get a quarterback. Go out and get the guys you need. Replenish this portal. Be aggressive, and let's see what happens here. So I feel like a jolt in the pro, like a lightning bolt hit as soon as we're like, oh, shit. Like, we're really missing out on the playoffs. Like, let's go. Like, let's turn it up. So, positive.
I see Gmo here in the chat. I'm going to bring this up on the screen. Justin Scott and another one flipping. So I just want everyone that's been in the chat and the same Big Cap Radio in here talking shit. He said another one flipping. Mind you, he's now already hinted at Kenyatta Jackson transferring to Miami. He's hinted at Jeremiah Smith flipping to Miami. But he's also guaranteed that Jordan Lau would be committing to Miami. But he only references one of those players. I wonder which one they're getting. We'll just leave that one there.
Yep, Jeremiah Smith. Oh, bag it up now.
You heard it here first. Big Cap Radio.
Oh man, damn! All that to go 7-5. That's crazy.
It's crazy. That's a lot of money. So, do you expect the Buckeyes to go out and try to replenish this roster with depth pieces, or do you think they're going to attack the portal and look for the most elite players that they can get and afford?
I mean, you gotta go for the most elite players. Like, we need some competition, especially like, I guess with some of the misses. I guess in DN you can get some young guys who are transferring out very early. Because we had two classes of pretty much misses there. We couldn't get our guys. So, but depending on something like safety, man, we need a safety. We need a guy who come in and can play. Wide receiver, I feel like we need a guy who come in and can play. Offensive line is like, well, shit. Last season we barely crossed the finish line limping, and Justin Fry really worked some magic. There's a lot of guys out there on the offensive line where you got to go get some guys and really put some talent here. So I expect us to be aggressive. There's a lot of positions where you can really upgrade this team and have this team looking like prime to go into the season. So it's well to be aggressive and just grab young talent, man. I mean, Dante Moore, we know he's not ready to come in and lead Ohio State's national championship yet, but if a guy like that is out there, you know he can play or get him a year in the program and then he's a dude, go grab him. Like, I'm on the Miami train. Go grab everybody, everybody who can play and you feel like can compete for a spot on this roster, go get him.
Yeah, a few weeks ago, me and Chris did a show on Bleacher Report about the evolution of Ryan Day, and we talked about why we thought Ryan Day would be able to correct his mistakes of the past and get this team to a national championship and overcome Michigan. And we saw how that turned out. That did not happen. But one of the main premises of that argument of why we believe that Ryan Day is on a Kirby Smart-like trajectory is the fact that while he is learning on the job at Ohio State, something that a lot of Ohio State fans don't love, the fact that we have a first-time head coach taking his lumps at Ohio State, he is learning from his mistakes, and he's shown a willingness to correct them. He's went out there and fired coaches. He's replaced defensive coordinators. He's changed scheme. He's changed approach. And I feel like Ryan Day has shown a willingness to change and adapt when things become an issue. And then we got to this quarterback situation. And we're like, oh, Ryan Day is not able to make the hard call. Ryan Day is not able to pick the right quarterback. He's not able to change quarterbacks on the fly. He's not able to pivot when you have a quarterback that's struggling. And you see Kyle McCord enter the portal, and it seems like Ryan Day and Kyle McCord had to have had a tough conversation at some point. And I think that's another notch in the cap for Ryan Day as far as showing a willingness to make the tough decision when things aren't working at Ohio State. And I'm excited to see how he plans to correct this. One of our guy, Asif, I hope I'm pronouncing his name correct, in the Locker Boy the Locker Boy community on Twitter, like 3,000 plus people, had the best point that I saw about this quarterback situation when everybody was losing their mind last week, including myself, about Ryan Day not being willing to open up the quarterback battle or announcing that the quarterback battle was open. And he noted, hey, maybe Ryan Day is just staying quiet for the moment till he sees how the playoff situation shakes out, because Kyle's likely going to be the starter if the Buckeyes were to make the playoffs, and you can't bash his confidence or have him second guessing Ryan Day's belief in him going into that playoff game if you have to prepare Kyle McCord to play the biggest game of his life. He was like, you're going to see a change in tone once the portal opens and once the playoff order is set. The Buckeyes don't make the playoffs, and less than 48 hours later, Kyle McCord is in the portal. We don't even need an announcement from Ryan Day. He did come out in the press conference and say that he's not willing to talk about whether or not that Kyle would be the starter next year or not. But less than 48 hours later, you see Kyle McCord in the portal. So it looks like Ryan Day understands the issue, and maybe Kyle McCord realized. I don't know why Ryan Day showed a belief in Kyle McCord and a willingness to play him. So I don't think he just entered the portal because he assumed that he wouldn't have an opportunity to compete. So interesting to see Kyle take the initiative to leave, or if Ryan Day had that tough conversation with him that, hey, you're probably not going to get an opportunity to start or might not win that opportunity next year. You might want to look other places. It seems like Ryan Day did address the issue and understood that we did not have what we needed at quarterback this past year.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'll give Ryan Day credit. He's made some big time moves in his career. I think my more beef with Ryan Day is, yeah, he does notice stuff and he makes changes, but it's almost like everybody else could kind of see this coming. Like last year, when you enter the season, obviously we knew their rankings, we knew their big time guys. You had Kyle McCord and Devin Brown, both 5 stars. We didn't get to see them in practice. We really didn't get to see him. We didn't get to hang out with them. Ryan Day got to see him day to day. He brought no competition in this room at all to try to shake things up or push these guys. And I'm like, well, that's great and all. I hope one of them can play. And what Ryan Day showed us, even though Devin Brown didn't really get a chance, was neither guy was ready. And you waste the second highest talent composite team in the nation. So I would like to see him start to do something preemptively. I mean, I have a big beef, and I'll touch on stay on the program about this linebacker room. And you knew that these guys in coverage were a detriment to the team when you lost last year to Georgia, and those tight ends and what Tommy was targeted for like 150 yards and was 7 for 7, 150 yards at a time.
All right, enough sauce on
Hold
it.
on now. What did I say all season? What did I say all season? When we get into the big games, they're gonna target the tight ends in the throw game, and it's gonna cost us. We go to Michigan. JJ throws for 150 yards. 115 of that to tight ends.
He was hurt. Tommy was hurt.
Bro, like somebody, like it's just like you can see the stuff.
He had a torn bicep in his leg.
Yeah, in his legs.
Both his big toes. That's why he couldn't run.
It's just like you can see this stuff coming, and we failed to make changes like early to be like, okay, like maybe we need to spin here and do something different. Maybe we need to involve a player who can mitigate these circumstances. Like it's just always a little too late, and I feel like these last 2 years, you're almost wasting natties at this point because now talent composite is about to drop a lot. It's going to get that much harder to win a natty. So that's a little bit of my beef with that. You got to see this stuff coming a little bit and make the move before you're ready.
Absolutely. We got 105 people in here. I think this is a Buckeye roast record.
Yeah,
I think this is the first time we have crossed the 105 mark. I know we've flirted with 100 a few times on here, but there are only 30 likes on this video. It is a big morning. People are going to be looking for this news. Make sure you smash that like button so they can find it. Can we get to like 70 before we get out of here? I know there's a bunch of you guys in here. I know everybody listening can hear me. It takes 2 seconds. It costs you nothing. Go ahead and smash that like button. I do have a comment over here that I wanted to get to. Our guy JJ. Let's be real. OSU doesn't have the NIL that Miami has. I'm going to have to be real with you. They absolutely do. They 1,000% do. And Miami just has a willingness to pay certain players more than Ohio State is willing to pay them. As far as a total budget, as far as NIL, I would be willing to bet my left foot that Ohio State spends more and pays their players more than the University of Miami. Are they willing to cross that threshold and pay a significant amount more for certain players? Absolutely. But I believe that Ohio State's NIL is just as good and up there with anyone else in the country. Their approach to it may be different than other schools, but I believe when it comes down to finally cutting those checks, the Buckeyes have them. I mean, I just think Miami's more willing to pay certain Buckeye players more than the Buckeyes are. And I mean, as you see, Gima says, get your bag up, but I don't think he actually believes that, because if Ohio State were to get their bag up any higher, they wouldn't know who to recruit because they just steal ours. That's their big board. Oh, who's Ohio State have that's from Florida? Let's pay them a ton of money. But yeah, I do. I think 1870 is doing a great job. I think the Buckeyes have plenty of money. I don't think money will be an issue when it comes to the portal. And I think the Buckeyes will find a way to replenish this team a good bit. So, man.
Yeah. I mean, I'll talk about that for a second. I mean, it's interesting. Obviously, we know Miami is desperate at this point. They're desperate to be back. They're desperate to compete, for the ACC championship, let alone more than that. So they're willing to spend a little more on guys just coming out of high school. And, all Gmo does talk recruiting because he doesn't want to talk the season, but we won't go into that. But like we said, it's an interesting take because I feel like, yeah, Ohio State has all the resources in the world, but are they willing to use it? And will they use it? They have not shown that, and it seems like we've struggled. It seems like we've even struggled in the transfer portal, I guess, until right now, where they have a chance to really make an impact. So I know we have the money. What we're doing with it, I have no clue. Because they just a bank of billions over there at this point? Because it seems like, yeah, they're gonna spit it on the guys on the roster, which is well deserved. You're starting at Ohio State. You deserve to make more than a kid coming out of high school who hasn't done anything yet. But also, too, pulling guys in has been a struggle. I mean, we haven't got a tackle, and it feels like years. You're gonna tell me Justin Fry can't recruit at all? Like, I mean, I can see him having some misses, but damn, he can't pull one tackle out.
I mean, we got Tegra Shabola, and he was a 5-star tackle.
No, he was playing. He was just not.
Yes, he was.
Tegra Shabola's not a 5-star tackle, and he's from Ohio.
So. He was a top 40 player.
Okay, I'm about to lay this out right now because there ain't no way.
I'm telling you.
Okay,
look it up.
All right, let me look that up. You still everybody's attention while I correct this notion here.
While you're at it again, we're up to 111 people in here. Smash that like button while Q looks up Tegra Shabola's rating, and I'm looking at it right.
Hold on.
National number. Okay, wasn't a 4-star or wasn't a 5-star. He was the number 36 player in the class, 4 spots away from being a 5-star.
Bro, who?
And you're talking about we don't get tackles, nigga? Get him on the field.
What, bro? I swear, this man.
That's what I'm saying.
This man must have had the biggest jump at the last. Okay, the Kapazi was 104. Yeah, I don't know what 247 Sports was on because that man ain't 36th player in the nation. I can prove that by cutting on the game film. So whatever, Ron can have that one, but they lied. Anyway, we ain't got a big time tackle in a while, and it's just like. You see, like I feel like we just don't have the problems that Georgia, Alabama, or Texas has, and they're all in the same boat we are with resources, but still don't have to overpay every kid coming out of high school. I mean, Texas got oil money, so maybe they do, but it's been a while, so I don't know what we're doing with these resources, but I mean, it's not going to pulling guys in. I'll say that.
Crybaby Ward is reportedly saying OSU is going after Riley Leonard and Will Howard.
Riley Leonard, I can see. I don't know about Will Howard. Yeah, go to Cam Ward, man. What we doing?
That's what I'm saying, bro. There's a blueprint for success at quarterback at Ohio State, man, and it starts with lots of melanin. And I don't think either one of those fit the criteria. I don't know where Q just went. He just said, fuck this program. Not enough people like the video. He just quit. He's like, we go out here begging people for likes, and they won't.
Riley Leonard, I'm out. Oh, man. Nah, bro. Hey, you know what's on my Cam Ward is number 1 on my list. DJU is second. And get the Quan Finn just to make me happy.
I want who the wide receivers want. Go get Dante Moore. And look, and that's all to say. Remember, Ryan Day told us we had 2 first-round quarterbacks on this roster.
He lied.
One of them just hit the portal and is not going to the first round. Maybe the first-round quarterback that actually exists on the roster is going to play. Maybe.
I mean, he will in this boat. Also, Chad, I want to get your wish list for the portal. Give me your top 3 guys right now. We had a lot of guys at the portal last night. You give me some top 3s. We'll read them out. Want to see that, but most definitely, Cam Ward has to be number 1 on the list. I don't know anybody out there that's better. I mean, Riley Leonard, he had a good three game streak and then he got hurt. So
I'm good on that.
There's no way you risk it all and pay him $1 million to come here.
Yeah, no thanks there at all. I think it's officially DB 33 season. I'm super excited to see Devin Brown with these wide receivers. I think this bowl game and this offseason just got a lot more interesting. I feel like a loser program right now because it's like, oh, teams are competing for national championships. Let's talk about the portal. I feel like normally we're in these conversations and we're talking about a Big Ten championship win and playoffs and things like that. And playoffs, like it seems like a thing of the past for Ohio State these days. So be interested to see how the portal shakes out here going forward. We appreciate you guys setting record numbers this morning here on the Buckeye Roast. We thank you guys so much. Make sure you smash that like button. I thought that I was going to be taking the week off. I got back into the gaming content, released my first TikTok in a long time yesterday. So I was like, oh, I'm transitioning into the off season. And they're like, nope, it is Buckeye season. Wake your ass up and come talk about this team. So we are here. We are here with the content. If you didn't check it out last week, they interviewed Gary on Conley on the Fans Edge with Cam and Mike and Disney. So if you missed that episode, make sure you check that out. The Buckeye BS yesterday, the flagship. So if you haven't caught that episode, make sure you check that out. And we appreciate you tuning here on the Best Damn Media YouTube. Glad to be here. Did not think I would be. Not sure the next time that we will talk to you. I'm sure it'll be soon because we're going to have a ton of news leading up to this bowl game. And then, of course, tons to talk about after. So tons ahead of us for the Buckeyes. We have officially transitioned into one of these loser programs that has a bunch to talk about during the offseason because we don't actually compete for championships anymore. But we are here for you to talk about that. So glad to be here this morning and can't wait to see what happens in the portal. Q, let the people know where to find you before we get out of here.
Well, before I do, I asked, so I got to read out a couple. We got a couple of these lists here. So JW says his top three: Cam Ward, Riley Leonard, Dante Moore. You guys, he'd be looking to pull in. Ryan Sims says Dante Moore, Cam Ward, and Daquan Finn. I'm all for. Hey, that's a haul right there. Replace the whole room. And then let me see. And JW also said 80 linemen in the portal. You are welcome to come here. So I'm on the train for that. But yeah, man, we got a lot of news coming up. So most definitely we'll be back. I don't know how many 5 a.m. mornings I like to do, but hey, man, 100 people want to come and hang out. I'll show up every morning for that. So I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, if these 100 people were here every morning, we'd be up every morning.
Yeah, I'll come hang out, man. I'll do the struggles. I appreciate y'all tuning. But if you want to find me, man, I'm Citywood Quitting on Twitter. I've been very active on the time. Oh, Walter Nolan. Now that's a name right there.
That's a name right there.
All that billion y'all been saying, 1870 that y'all have, that y'all ain't spent on no recruits. Go get Walter Nolan. And
what do the Miami fans say when they lose a recruit? More cap space. Like we lost Justin Scott, bro. The cap space got to be booming right now.
Bro, let me get this joke off real quick. So you remember when we hit that when Justin Scott committed and we were like, oh, we're about to go on these runner players. And we lost Lightfoot from Illinois. They were like, well, we couldn't afford both. And then they come back and get Justin Scott. It's like, well, we couldn't afford either.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, they better use this money. Good. Gino, it's not funny when you laugh. It's only funny when we laugh. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm like, well, damn. We can't afford either one.
Oh man, yeah, you hate to see good things happening for Miami, but it feels like good things are around the corner for the Buckeyes. It was a good morning when we woke up today, and hopefully the good times keep rolling here. Big bowl game coming up. We're playing for the Cotton Bowl.
Must win.
A must-win game. Lots of legacies on the line.
Legacies on the line, bro.
You'll see an episode here in a few weeks. Is the Cotton Bowl a must-win for Ryan Day's legacy? We don't cool care. Trophy.
Yeah, we don't care, but you can't lose.
Yeah, no losing. But yeah, man, if you want to find me on Twitter at 2Ts. It's 2_TES. You can find me on TikTok at 2Shiesty. You can find me on Twitch at 2Ts. And here, whenever we decide to do content, I'm sure we will be back probably at least 2 to 3 times a week. We're going to try to keep some content going here. I know Q got the movie stuff going. What'd you do yesterday? You just did a movie yesterday.
I did 2 trailer reviews. Fallout. I know a lot of people have probably played that or Gaming Heads. I have not, so that trailer was pretty new to me, but looked interesting. I might check it out. And then the Godzilla Kong trailer dropped yesterday, so we talked about that a little bit. I think they need to render a little bit better because some of that literally looked like a cartoon, looked like a video game, and I was like, this doesn't look real at all. But those 2 things have been out. I know. We got to talk Goosebumps, the series that's on the list, and then we'll see what else has been out. So it's kind of been on our list so far.
Absolutely. We appreciate everyone tuning in. We got 95 people in here, 63 likes on the video. Let's get that to 75 before we get out of here. We appreciate you guys tuning in so much. tons of news for the Buckeyes coming here in the next few days. It is officially portal season. Make sure you're tapped in with Hayes Fawcett on Twitter because it is sure to be a day. And Buckeye fans, let's be for real. We can't comment on every picture and say they're going to be a Buckeye. Right now, we have 85 scholarships committed to the portal, and we still have a full roster of people. I don't know how we're going to do it next year. I don't think our NIL could support a roster of 175. It's good. It's not that good. So come on, let's be a little bit more realistic with these takes, but it's going to be exciting to see the turnover on this roster here going forward. We appreciate you tuning in to the Buckeye Roast. We do this here.
Yeah. A couple mornings at
a couple mornings a week
around 8 a.m. Yeah, I got a question for you, Ron. Is this the Kyle McCord saga is over? What is his legacy here, man? What is his legacy as a Buckeye?
We appreciate you tuning in to the Buckeye Roast. I'm glad that you guys. Kyle McCord's legacy is, and this goes for every kid that enters the portal from Ohio State. Best of luck to you. I'm thankful that you were a Buckeye. I'm thankful for your contributions, going out there, fighting for our team. You, after the Notre Dame game, got on the Mark Rogers voice of college football and threw a hissy fit and pouted and didn't celebrate. And I'm like, that was the greatest moment of Kyle McCord's career that we'll ever see. You have to be excited because you don't know what we're about to get from this dude. And here we are. Kyle McCord enters the portal, and it seems like that Notre Dame game was the best moment of his career, and I think that will be his legacy. You could talk about the loss to Michigan. You could talk about the struggles, the Buckeyes not making the playoffs, but I will choose to remember Kyle McCord's legacy here as the game against Notre Dame and the feeling that game gave me, because I feel like as Buckeye fans, we have such a high standard and lose perspective on enjoying the sport and enjoying the team that we love and seeing them do great things. And while it was a disappointing season, you can't win a national championship every year. You just saw Georgia's run come to an end this past week. They don't even make the playoffs. So in moments like that, and I feel like Kyle McCord is a great example for adding perspective to this team and how crazy this fandom is. I am thankful for the time that Kyle was here, and I feel like his legacy and my memory with Kyle will be that Notre Dame game. I will choose to remember him in a more fond light, the fact that he will not be back another year. Once a Buckeye, always a Buckeye. I will root for Kyle wherever he goes, and I will be thankful for that Notre Dame game because that was probably my favorite sports memory from the calendar year of 2023.
Yeah, man. No, big shout out to Kyle. I remember back when he committed and then Quinn Ewers came in after him, and everybody was like, well, Kyle will never play here. He'll never start, but he stuck it out. Ohio State, we pull in big-time recruits year in, year out. It's very hard to do, but he sat for 2 years, something that is not very common in the sport in this day and age where guys is like, yeah, I'm just trying to play and be out. But he stuck it around, man, and he gave it a go for a season. He gave it his best effort. He still has a lot of talent out there. He can still be a pro, has to develop. Hope that, like I said, best of luck where he goes. Appreciate the season. These kids work hard, man. Like we get on their ass a lot and things like that and all them out, but they do work hard. And the life of a college athlete is not for many. So big shout out to Kyle McCord for what he's done, and best of luck in the future.
Absolutely. Salute to him and his family. Thank you for all your contributions to the Buckeye program and wish you nothing but the best. Go Bucks and OH.
Ayo.